I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect.
Good.
If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA.
Great.
I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman.
On that same vein, in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
The WNBA has gotten themselves into a bit of a delusional pickle, all right? They're in full crisis mode after not one, but two former NBA players announced that they'd be more than willing to sign up for the WNBA draft. And now the commissioner and half of the players that believe this BS are stuck between a rock and a hard place because they've been all pushing this odd message of what a real woman is. Well, I guess we're going to pressure test that out and see what a real woman is after biologically born men get to lace up them damn sneakers. This is the best way to have the ethereal, delusional-minded, they want to just hold hands and call everyone equal people. This is the best way to hold them accountable for their BS, is to put their money where their damn mouths are, right? So now they stuck between a rock and a hard place because they just don't know what to do. So we're going to go over this whole story. We're going to go over how this initiated. We're going to go over the commissioner's response, right? The WNBA's commissioner's response. And then as well as we're going to go over the two players that are about to get on that damn court, all right? So sit back, relax, and let's get after it without further ado.
On that same vein, in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah. Do you see your advocacy on that, like taking any form going forward?
You know, I don't know. I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs. I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but I've never even really said anything about that. And so when it comes just to protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel very strongly about that. I think that's why you have Title IX. That's why you have some of the greats in women's sports. If Title IX and women's sports weren't protected, then you wouldn't hear about any type of women in sport. And so I think in the future, it's just really important to protect.
On that same vein, in that story.
Shout out to Sophie Cunningham. You can tell she doesn't want to get involved politically, but I love her take on this. Simply protect women. I find it fascinating how many women stand up for this but don't realize that they're putting themselves at danger and risk. At least WNBA is not a combat sport. We've seen what biologically born men have done to the faces of biologically born women in MMA. Now, while basketball isn't fighting, it also is a contact sport. But according to the leadership over there, that doesn't matter. So they should let these biologically born men that now consider themselves women play. Enter Enes Kanter Freedom. Last month, my Facebook page alone generated over $13,000. That number is so ridiculous. Why? Because I did absolutely no work in order to achieve that. But I put systems in play to earn that revenue. Now, there's a very important definition here. It's called resting revenue rate. How much money do you earn in a month at rest, not doing a damn thing? Because at least on my Facebook page alone, it's $13,000. Now, what's also crazy about that is I'm not a Facebooker. I'm a YouTuber. Majority of my money comes from YouTube and as well as ad sponsorships. The Facebook stuff is just the icing on the cake. But just the icing on the cake alone, I'm financially independent because it damn sure don't cost me $13,000 a month to live. Come copy my system of how I earn between $50,000 and $100,000 each and every month. Go to viral2value.com to pick up my curriculum and join my community where we also do live calls, Q&As, to answer all of your guys' questions on your content creation journey.
After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect.
Good.
If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA.
Great.
My team and I have carefully examined the WNBA's eligibility criteria and governing framework surrounding self-identification and inclusion. Based on the current guidelines, I can and am officially declaring my eligibility for the upcoming WNBA draft in May 2027.
Fantastic.
I am definitely not here to mock, make fun of, or disrespect any community or personal choices.
Good.
I am simply asking that the current rules be applied equally to everyone. Rules that represent the very values many WNBA players and coaches have publicly advocated for. My team and I are prepared to ensure these guidelines are applied equally, consistently, and without exception.
I love
and I
this
look
guy.
forward to the WNBA honoring its stated principles.
Yeah.
See you at training camp.
Listen, stay tuned. And listen, and here's the thing. If they do not honor what they want, you're bigots. You're bigots, you're clowns, and you're racist. I'm just gonna add that on top of it, all right? Why victimize the poor young women man, okay? What y'all need to do is check your damn privilege, all right? And allow diverse sets of people who meet your eligibility criteria to sign up.
I would welcome a trans athlete on my team or against my team anytime. I don't think it's a problem in the world. It's just another way to kind of attack trans people.
Now, funny enough, I do think that this would add to the entertainment value of the WNBA because, I mean, did y'all see the last All-Star game?
So if for some reason you didn't spend your Saturday night watching the WNBA All-Star game, I would say you made one of the best damn decisions of your life. This sequence right here might be my favorite of the whole game. So clock, little fella bounces it off her foot, then you get a turnover, then you're going to get a 2-0 the other way, then you're going to get a missed layup, then you're going to get a rebound, 3-on-1, turnover. And let's be fair, right? Maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit for some missed layups in an all-star game. Because even when you get a nice move like here, I slat right behind the back, what are you hoping to accomplish there? Like, were there a few nice highlights? Shaw, we had a dunk. The crowd went wild. Like they just hit the lottery. Like they won the WNBA championship. And I did think Olivia Miles and Caitlin Clark, they were fun to watch together. It wasn't all that bad. And then the icing on the cake was this sequence right here. So miss layup, get the rebound, miss layup. 2 possessions later, same player. This is not a replay. Rebound, miss layup, another rebound, another miss layup. That's not a replay.
Now, a few hours ago, he just posted this, that he's officially declared for the 2027 WNBA draft.
Well, it's official. I just declared
Invest in
for
women,
the
pay women.
2027 WNBA
Title.
draft in April. Join me in this journey.
Okay, great.
Dennis Cantor Freedom decided he's going to throw his hat into the WNBA.
The WNBA does not ban men who identify as women right now from playing in the league.
He would dominate the WNBA without batting an eyelash.
The number 1 prospect in the history of the WNBA.
Oh, man, it is hilarious. You can be, whatever he's ranked in the NBA, or was ranked when he used to play, and then all of a sudden now he is the top prospect if he just declares himself a woman. Okay, what's this right here? Please accept this formal document as my official written notification to the WNBA of my voluntary decision to enter the player pool for the draft. Consistent with the current league collective bargaining agreement, I am submitting this notice to exercise my draft rights and to affirm that I, at least 22 years of age, and I have no remaining intercollegiate eligibility as required by whatever section. I request that the WNBA League office verify receipt of this document and direct any future communications to my personal email address listed above. Hopefully he's training good, baby. I can't wait to see him on that field. Oh man, these Twitter comments ain't shit. Never was real basketball anyway. Rest in peace. Now remember I said he wasn't the only one. Enter Royce White.
Oh, earlier this week I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'd be unstoppable, but I'm a team first guy. I'm a pass first kind of player. I do the little things. I led my team in all 5 major stat categories at Iowa State University.
Always good.
So I do a little bit of everything. I'll do whatever the coach needs me to do. I'll do whatever the girls need me to do. I think the WNBA could come out and make a definitive statement about guys with a pair of balls playing in the women's association, but hey, that'd be probably too much like right. So, and I don't want to be discriminated against. No, I want fair treatment. I'm a black. I'm a young black, hopefully United States senator that would like a fair chance to participate as a sometimes identifying as a transgender woman athlete.
Now, I don't know if he identified as a sometimes transgender woman in that original announcement, but then he dropped this photo, and he identified as one in this one, baby. It came, y'all, my first wig. Tomorrow I tested out on the court. This is my feminine era glow up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Did I slay? If y'all don't, yes, queen, you're transphobic. I really don't understand all of the hatred. I just want to play some hoops with my fellow ladies. All right? Hashtag let her play.
Right now I'm just having a blast in my feminine era. I never thought that I was a woman. I've always trusted the science, and I thought I was a man my entire life. But after further review, strong look at my personal preferences, it would appear that I am indeed sometimes identifying as a transgender woman. Okay. And I think it's only fair I get a chance to play with some of my queens. Yeah, for sure. In the twilight of my career, my athletic prime.
Good.
Well, and so exactly what you're saying, Royce, is just sort of pulls the curtain back on the lack of clarity in the WNBA's policies.
They do that on purpose.
Under Article 8 of their 2026 collective bargaining agreement.
And again, this is the best argument with people's delusion. Put them in a state where they have to live with the way that they think. Now, what I also love about all of this is that the ownership of the organization over there, right, like the WNBA commissioner, she needs to figure this out now, right? Because the more that this goes on, the more biological males are going to sign up, enter themselves within the draft, and then they're going to have a lot more red tape to cut through. Now, here's the WNBA commissioner having the exact face of what I thought I'd be looking at, right? Like a Super Saiyan Karen. You got gold hair and everything, baby. The WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, sent a memo to the WNBA Players Association where she addresses the gender issue that may impact future drafts. Former NBA center Enes Kanter declared for the draft. Yep, we know all of that. The debate over trans athletes in the WNBA was started by Sophie Cunningham. Yep, we went through that. In the memo obtained by ESPN, Engelbert addressed the ongoing situation in detail while also revealing that this will be discussed by a task force of team presidents and general managers next week. Oh, if I could be a gnat on the wall of that conversation. Our player eligibility rules, unlike eligibility rules of some other leagues and governing bodies, are collectively bargained. Lastly, preserving the integrity of our game and ensuring fair competition will always remain among the league's highest priorities. The WNBA collective bargaining agreement states that only players who are women are eligible to play in the WNBA, but this is vague language is what Kanter and White are trying to attack by their declarations. The league will likely have to amend the language of its collective bargaining agreement in the offseason to specify circumstances that might allow a trans athlete to eventually play in the WNBA, as a collectively bargained ban on trans athletes is unlikely given the support towards inclusion. However, there are plenty of ways to ensure trans athletes do not have advantages of being a cis man claiming to be trans for athletic reasons. Really? This topic will require plenty of meetings with the relevant WNBA stakeholders, but they will need a solution to avoid the kind of political attention that has surrounded the WNBA over the last few weeks. What this reads like to me is that, listen, we're going to do everything in our power to allow the language to be as vague as humanly possible, but in certain situations, we will determine whether or not someone is eligible for the organization. My thing is that if you are, let's say, high school age, and you know you good, but not that good, you can start planning from deep, right? Because like part of the argument is that, you know, these dudes already played in the NBA, right? They already have balls, right? But there's only subtle differences between what they're doing and just declaring that you're a woman at a tender age, living life like a woman for a 10 to 15 year plan to sign up for the WNBA and get one of them contracts. I think that this is sad yet hilarious that instead of just defining what a real woman is, right, they're going to, I guess, deploy all of these different tactics to say, oh no, those trans people are good, yet those trans people are not good. They can't do this because they're just doing it purely for athletic reasons. I think that they should come up with a clean statement of what makes a woman a woman. But isn't this always done, right? And how do you determine the difference, right? So my example is that you flip genders, there's no women signing up to play in male sports. I wonder why. The occurrence only happens the opposite way. So they're doing it in part because of athletic reasons. It'll be interesting to see how the WNBA responds over the next couple of days to weeks. I'm going to keep my eye up on it. And shout out to the former NBA players that are putting a gender on the line to be able to test delusion in reality. But all right, guys, let me know what you think about this one down in the comment box down below. I appreciate you guys for constantly rocking with me. Do you think that Inez is going to be able to sign up for the draft? Do you think that the commissioner, they're going to get a lot more strict on the definition of a woman? Let me know down in the comment box down below. But I appreciate you guys for constantly coming back and rocking with me. But yeah, until next time. Peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.